This has been the Trouble Mode Coach, and I want to tell you about a new pilot program that I've got starting this month that I think might just be of interest to you. So it's specifically for two types of people. Number one is you're stuck at a certain level in the construction industry and you can't seem to step next level. Or number two is you got the reverse problem like I had, where you get thrown in the deep end and you think, what the am I supposed to do now? How did you get into the position that you're currently in? I'm going to tell you a quick story about how I got most of my career I spent as a construction superintendent. Anyway, digress a little bit. This is how I actually became a superintendent. So I was on a little gold mine down in Bendigo in Victoria, and the superintendent, I was the supervisor at this point in time. I'd actually only just come off the tools. I had a lot of supervisory experience before, but I'd been on the tools on a job in Darwin. Supervisor there really liked me. He brought me down to this job as a supervisor, and one day my superintendent walked up to me and goes, "Hey Benny." "Yeah, Pete." "I just sacked the construction manager." He said, "I'm the construction manager now," and he said, "You're now superintendent." And I went, "That's great, Pete. Appreciate your confidence in me." But I said, "What the does superintendent do?" So if you're stuck stepping up to that next level, or you've been thrown in the deep end like I was, he looked at me, I'll never forget these words. He said, "You're a smart boy, you'll figure it out." Message me the word sweat more, and what I'll do is I'll send you through a link where you can book in for what's known as a triage chat, which is just a quick 15-minute call where we get together to see if we think we might be a good fit to work together or not. Because as the Spartan Warrior said, if you sweat more in training, you'll bleed less in war. Speak soon.
You son of a bitch! I'm in!
I'm having all sorts of technical difficulties here today. I know you're thinking, can't believe that, Benny. It's not like you to be having technical difficulties. This camera is going off its head. I don't know why. I think it might be because I didn't charge it up last night. It's plugged into the power, but it's got a red light beeping. That doesn't normally happen. Anyway, I digress. If you're looking to step up to the next level, or you've been thrown in the deep end, the Catalyst Academy might be exactly what you're looking for. It sits inside construction school, so that's school with a K, skool.com/scrum. Go across there and join for nothing, and jump inside, see what everything's about. If you then want to step up into the Catalyst Academy, reach out to me, DM me first with the words Catalyst Academy. We'll get together, catch up for a quick chat, see if it's a good fit for you or not. Now, oh mate, we'll do the story. Luck. Sad day, I like a punt. Reading this book in a minute called The Compound Effect. It's killer. It's got the complete formula for getting lucky, which is preparation, personal growth, which is why I run the construction school and the Catalyst Academy. Attitude, I've got a bad one most of the time, but I seem to manage to get around it. You're probably the same if you're watching my content anyway. Opportunity, a good thing coming your way. Action, doing something about it, and that equals luck. It's exactly what happened. Inadvertently, I didn't even know what I'd done until I read that book, worked out what I'd done. So preparation, when I was down on Bendigo, I'd been taken down there from, the reason that I'd actually got the position to start with is because when I was working on the tools, I was well structured. My days were planned out. I didn't need constant I didn't need any supervision. I used to run myself. Here's the drawings, Benny, here's your pipe, there's your TA, off you go. That was all that the supervisor had to do. So he went, "This bloke's all right." He goes, "Hey, do you want to go back up to a supervisor's role, Benny?" "Yep." He took me to Bendigo. When I got to Bendigo, there was two supervisors there, myself and another one when we first started. He actually ended up leaving and going somewhere else. I don't know where Arthur went. He came back later in the piece, but anyway, that's besides the point of the story. All the other supervisors came on behind me. I helped them all come up to speed, come on board. When Pete actually came out to me in the paddock and said, "Hey, we want you to step up into superintendent, senior supervisor / superintendent role," he goes, "You're already doing it, Benny. Everyone's coming to you. They're all the other supervisors are feeding through you. You're running your crew, and you are, what's the name? The center point that everyone's coming to. Don't worry about that beeping. It's just that damn camera. We're going off its head for whatever reason it was." I'd also had a good leading hand that I was prepping up. He stepped straight up into my role. So the attitude was there already, right? I worked well with Pete, Pete worked well with me. I was already doing that piece of the puzzle as well. The opportunity came, as I say, the shit show that you're currently in is your biggest opportunity. Don't keep worrying about what a shit show it is and what everyone else is doing, what everyone else needs to fix in their area. Fix what you're in control of. That's what I was doing on that job. It was a shit show to start with as well. Probably was a shit show right the way through, perfectly honest, because of the way that they like to try and build gold mines. When the opportunity comes, you're already doing everything that they need for the person to step up into that next role. Guess what? Guess who gets a tap on the shoulder to step up? Action. One of the best actions that you can take is what I'm doing here with ORCA, doing ORCA debriefs every single day, putting these things in place, all the things we talked to in construction school. When you've got preparation, attitude, opportunity, and action, guess what? That equals luck. All right, I'm going to keep this short and sweet today because it's Saturday. This old mate is going to be up me like a rat up a drain pipe today because I haven't done the tasks that I said I was going to do. So it's going to be quite interesting. Actually, this is the first time that I failed to do the task because it's Saturday. Had the morning off. I didn't do the actions that set for me yesterday. So let's see what it actually does. So what is the date? New shift, 29th of the 11th, 25. Let's see what he comes up with. He's not going to be happy that I didn't write his Kanban ticket, and I did meet the objective, which I'll tell him what that is. But we'll see. He's not going to be too happy that I haven't done all the tasks that I said I was going to do. Let's see how he course corrects. Corrects. 3 daily actions for November 28. Create tomorrow's Kanban ticket. Do 1 50-minute focus block before 10 a.m. So he wants binary answers, yes, no. So 1 is no, 2 is no, 3 is no. He ain't going to be happy about this. Let's see what he comes back with. This is the first time we failed to know one of his tasks, so I'm going to be interested to see what it does. Thank you for the honesty. This is where ORCA actually works. Calm but firm, no emotion, no judgment, just clarity. Kanban ticket created, no. Outreach sent, no. Deal, good. Now we deal with reality, not the story. Okay, this is cool. This is not a failure, this is data. Missing all 3 usually means one of 3 causes. The day wasn't pre-planned, the morning cadence broke, the environment, not motivation, distracted behaviour. Well, it would be all 3 of those, yes. We'll diagnose that later. First, back to the loop. Objective, calm and firm. Only one objective matters for today, not what you hoped, not what you planned last night, not the weekly mission. What was the single most important objective today? The single most important objective today was to get up a post for the Catalyst Academy. I did that post just before, and we are also speaking to that right now. So he should like that. No fluff in there, kept it short, sharp, and told him exactly what the objective is. The real objective here, of course, is to keep the streak running, just to build the momentum, make sure we turn up every day. Publish Catalyst Academy binary observable, done. Now we move. Results. You've already given me, but I'll formalise it ORCA style. Catalyst Academy post was created, published, even though your daily actions were no. You still nailed the day's primary objectives. This is exactly why ORCA separates objectives from actions. They don't always correlate 1-to-1. Now we diagnose the drivers. You delivered the objective even with a broken action streak. That means the completion came from other behavioural causes. Here are the behaviours I can already infer. Verify if they're accurate. You prioritise the post as soon as it entered consciousness. You didn't drift on it. You executed immediately once you recognise it. And it was the day's anchor. So yes, that's one's correct. You leveraged momentum from this live ORCA session. Accountability drives completion. That's correct. You didn't overthink the asset. You wrote it, you posted it. You didn't get stuck polishing or doubting it. These are causes, concrete, controllable behaviours. Now we rebuild the action structure. 3 daily actions for the next 24 hours. Today we go back to basic. This must be stabilised before the streak breaks permanently. Create tomorrow's single objective Kanban ticket before bed. I'll do that straight after this. We'll do a 50-minute block in the morning. We'll get that done tomorrow. Send 1, not 3 outreach messages tomorrow. You broke the streak today. Reduce the load to rebuild the rhythm. Trackable, yes, no. I'm deliberately dropping outreach from 3 to 1 for a day. Tiny wins rebuild consistency faster than forcing a rebound. This is pure PAX applied. Perfect. Insight package layers. Missing all 3 daily actions tells me something simple. Your night before planning is a foundation of your consistency. 100% correct. Without Kanban ticket created before bed, your morning cadence collapsed, and when the morning cadence collapsed, the outreach streak goes with it. This isn't a motivation, it's a structure issue. Operational insight. You still hit the main objective because you use real-time alignment. Your brain recalibrated midday when the ORCA session kicked in. That's why the Catalyst post got done. You executed off alignment, not off a morning plan. It worked today, but it's not sustainable long term. Your pattern shows this. If your day doesn't start with clarity, you rely on last minute energy to hit the target. That works for high performers temporarily, but it's brittle. The system won't scale to 90 days unless your night before discipline stays intact. Tomorrow's 3 actions, rebuild the base. Right, that sounds like a plan to me. Anyway, Saturday, I'm getting out of here, going to have a beer. Actually, I've got one post to put up in school before I do that, which I'll do right now. And I'm going to go and create that Kanban ticket so that the cadence gets back on track. But I'm really impressed with the way that he has dragged me back on track and gone, well, we failed, didn't do it, but we still achieved the mission. So let's get back and get the fundamentals back in place, which is a place that we always fall down. Anyway, take it, use it, make it a great week. And if you are a PM, you're thinking about going to the Catalyst Academy, this will give you an insight into what I believe is a PM's real job. Speak soon.
This is a big one, and I've asked a project executive that I respected a lot what the answer to this one is, but I'm going to ask you. When you think about the real objective of a project manager, going back to that loop, what is their actual mission so that we can bring it home for the listeners?
Okay, so the actual mission is, I'd go back to the book by Patrick Lencioni, 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, and a quote in there that says, if you could get all of the people in an organisation rowing in the same direction, you could dominate any industry, any market, under any conditions, at any time. If you could get everyone, the PM's job is to get everyone headed in the same direction. If you could do that, you'll build any project under any circumstances, ever gets thrown at you at any time. That's my opinion. In my opinion, that is his number 1 job.
I love that, and kudos to you for pronouncing his name right. I always get that wrong.
I took a lot of practice to get that right.